All right, everybody. Welcome to Boswell Field on the Next Level broadcast. Jared Stamen along with Christian Sowinski. Swinsicki. We're going to mess that up a few times.
It's all right.
Camera guy, we got John Strail here tonight. And we've got quite the matchup here, 2 3-2 teams. East Jordan Red Devils coming off a win last week against Sacred Heart Mount Pleasant. The other team, that is the Mancelona Ironmen. Heartbreaking loss to Elk Rapids, 1-point loss at the end of the game, 15-14 was your final. Both teams looking to sneak into the playoffs this year. Another loss is really not going to be on the docket for them. They need to win out.
East Jordan getting ready to kick this off. And Mancelona, they don't really line up too deep there, do they?
No, the East Jordan Red Devils, they like to do a little bit of this kind of kick by committee. You see you got 2 kickers here. You don't know if you're going to kick it to the left or right side of the field, keeping the special teams on edge.
Looks like it could have been one of 3 kickers.
And it's going to be an illegal procedure on East Jordan.
We want to say also, looking at on Mancelona side of things, just to paint a picture for people at home that may not know anything, Mancelona, they had that upset game last week, like you had mentioned, to Elk Rapids, 15-14, but they're allowing 10 points on defense, so it'll be interesting to go against East Jordan's kind of, well, you would say high-powered offense.
Oh, I would for sure say that. William Webb and Max Beal lead the charge for them, and they're quite the team to stop explosive, multiple 50-plus yard touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. Starting on defense, though, in Mancelona, they love to run the ball. See if that big front with led by Griffin Boyer can stop him. So he's going to see some motion there from Lucas Keller and Bidwell McConaughey. Quarterback's going to keep it, and he looks like he's got a lot of green grass. That is Ryan Namchuff there, and he's going to be run out about the 25-yard line for East Jordan.
Well, I mean, not to cut you off, but he had a lane to run through. There was some good blocking along the left side there from his wide receivers and those motion tight ends there that pulled. That's what gave him a lane to run through, but he got the wheels to get a good chunk of about 45 yards.
Yeah, definitely not the way East Jordan wanted to stop, knowing that Mancelona wants to run the ball. Up the gut was the big way they did it last week, and they saw something on that jet sweep there. And
about 30 yards, I like.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be on East Jordan's 30.
I thought he was out at about the 20.
And the snap goes directly to quarterback number 6, Ryan Nauchev.
Yeah, same thing on the opposite side here. Quarterback zone kind of just gets the snap and follows the blockers. That's what led him to go 30 yards the other way. This time it was to the right, as he's going to go to the sideline and get his play call.
Yeah, nice 5-yard pickup on first down. We're going to see twins to the close side of the field here. Flanked to his left is the running back Jackson Bennett. And Jackson Bennett is going to take the handoff for, looks like, a little short of the first down. They're going to mark him about 2 yards short.
Yeah, Mancelona is lining up with that 2 tight end set along the far side, and they're just following those blockers each play. Each of these 3 plays have been a run play designed to follow those 2 tight ends. So either that's setting up for something later, or that's just going to lead into exactly what their game plan is going to be for the rest of the night.
Yeah, one of the things Elk Rapids did last week was they would put 8 to even 9 guys up in the box to stuff this Mancelona run. Seeing so far 3 positive plays. See what they can do here on third down. Same formation here. Bennett with the carry, and it looks like he is close to that first down. East Jordan Devil there, number 58. Actually, excuse me, 59, Damon Olstrom.
Yeah, and they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, refs met up there to see where that spot was, and as the Devils would say, maybe a bit of a generous spot. They might have said he was a little bit short, but either way, fresh set of downs here.
Well, it's the same philosophy that they've had on the 3 plays prior, just following the blockers, and they're just moving the line. Like you said, if you're going to have to stop them, maybe you have to force them to pass.
Spread look here from the offense. Motion man there is Lucas Keller, excuse me. And that's going to be a read option held by the quarterback, and he is snuffed up in the backfield. Going to actually call it a gain of 1 there. But good job there from East Jordan getting some pushback, because this offensive line has really been giving them some troubles.
When they put in those 2 tight end sets, it kind of backs down the Red Devils here, but the Red Devils able to break through that 5-man front that Mancelona had put out there, and it just not getting any push, and it's simple academics.
We're going to see another twins to the top. Quarterback keeper here, and he's going to run out to the left. First guy there looks to be number 8, William Webb. And he is tackled down after a sizable gain of about 8 yards. Going to be a 3rd and 1, the upcoming down.
Going to be a long night if you keep getting these chunk plays here on 1st and 2nd down, and then this 3rd down, would make it 3rd and 2nd. And if they get this could be a long night of this, if this is how each of the drives are going to start off.
Yeah, one of the things Eric, one of our other Next Level broadcast commentators who was watching this Mancelona team last week against the Elks, said that you got to make them pass the ball. And so far, they've just been able to run their way. As we're going to see a full house look, looking like the Gladiators out there, and that is handed off to Jaden Lanning.
Oh, big hit.
And he is hammered. Looks like he's going to be short of the line to gain.
That's Max Beal there from the Red Devils coming up and just laying the wood from his safety position. Jeez, he came in when he got stuffed at the line, and Beal just came in and delivered the wood.
Yeah, and Beal, debatably the best player on this Red Devil team. Great running back. And as well, you've seen him making plays on defense too, Christian.
Over the shoulder and knock down the pile. 4th and short. They're going for it.
Must not have a lot of faith in their kicker because this would be in range of a lot of high school kickers, but they believe in their run game, and this is going to be 4th and 1. Twins to the top of your screen. Motion man there is Lucas Keller.
They're going to get a flag. It's going to get the... Yep.
Oh, and the motion got the Devils to jump offside, and pretty happy about that. If you're the Ironmen, that's a free first down there. Don't have to worry about trying to convert it there.
Yeah, I think that was the play there because as soon as they got the first down, a lot of Mancelona players there clapping their hands as though they were expecting the hard count, and maybe they were going to see the play go, but hey, you get the free 5 yards, and now 1st and goal from the 6.
Ryan Namchev under center, in the shotgun, rolling out to his right, and that is completed to Jaden Lanning, and he's not going to get much there. Brady Wilson, one of the many Red Devils there on the tackle.
Simple swing pass to the right. He rolled out right too, and that's one of the passes that Eric was saying last week that you're going to have to make him actually participate in doing, and get him away from this run game.
Right, and as far as passing goes, that's a very quarterback-friendly play there. Just a little dink on the play-action boot there, trying to see if those linebackers jump on the run, and Red Devils weren't really fooled by that play. And we're going to line up on 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Another spread look for the Ironmen. Ryan Namchev is going to hand this off to Jackson Bennett, and he shakes off a tackle in the backfield by Dion. Gets back to about the line of scrimmage, maybe to say give him a yard there.
So that's one of the few times that they've gone to the shotgun formation here on this with the spread, spread wide receivers, and that formation so far isn't really getting them anywhere. They haven't thrown a pass out of that formation yet, but running it out of it has netted them, I think, negative -1 yard now.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time before one of these 3 defenders, Dion, Boyer, and Maher, gets in the backfield. You see there with Dion, didn't end up making the tackle, but he's going to make it at some point. And Ryan Namchev is going to keep it on a quarterback, empty backfield, and he's going to be marked, looks like on the 1-yard line there.
Wow.
It's going to be 4th and 1, or 4th and goal from the 1.
It looked close. I thought he reached over the pylon.
Zebras?
Referee had a better angle than I did, but
yeah, line judge is going to mark him on about the 1.5 foot line.
Big defensive stand here.
Then a yard. This could be big for East Jordan. Pretty solid long drive here for the Ironmen. Already over 6 minutes into this first quarter, and the crowd is starting to get into it here, Christian.
For the Ironmen here, they don't get this. East Jordan has to go 99 yards.
Yeah, and this is going to be a full house. Quarterback keeper Ryan Namchev wiggles his way in there for 6 points.
Yeah, just wasn't the old tush push, but it was a quarterback keeper right between the center and the right guard. Just no push from the defensive line up front, and for a play like that, with how that drive was going, I think you kind of had to anticipate it was going to go up the middle or out to the outside. You had to expect a run in some form.
Yeah, I believe there was only one pass on that drive, and it was a play action. So, pretty much set up in the run every play there, Christian.
Yeah. And
going for 2 here.
Namchev telling his man to go to right.
Namchev, this is their favorite formation. This is going to be a quarterback throw, and that's going to be short. Pass was intended for Jaden Lanning, but big stop there. Decided to go for the pass there on the 2-point conversion, Christian. Do you think that they should have kept it on the ground?
Well, that was Wyatt Dion there that delivered the hit to Namchev, and man, oh man, that was a big hit. But I mean, the running is what got you here. But however, there's a reason I'm up here, not on the sidelines. I do like that formation of the 2 tight end set there, but
yeah,
6-0.
Yeah, pretty good start from the Ironmen. Played a pretty staunch Elk Rapids defense last week, but as we got a chance, give a quick shout out to Professional Seamless Gutters. Your home gutters are always there when you need him to be. And so is our good friend Orion Beningo. And that's why he started Professional Seamless Gutters. Professional Seamless Gutters offers fast and experienced service, real-time quote, but wait, there's more. They'll actually answer your phone calls. That's Professional Seamless Gutters at 989-619-340. And tell them we sent you. Ironmen kicking it off to the Devils for their first offensive drive. Max Beal, Brady Wilson, and Wyatt Penny back for a potential return. And that is quite the boot there. That was Bidwell Mokama.
That was a heck of a kick from Bidwell. My goodness, I was looking at his stance lining up for it. I'm like, that looks like a pretty impressive stance. He's taking a lot of steps back, and then to deliver that, he kicked it from the 40-yard line to the 5.
And he also came down there and delivered the hit too. I don't know if you saw that,
well,
but
he's also playing D lineman out there. So,
and
D lineman edge rusher here is that's a pretty athletic specimen there.
Yeah, and he looks like to be one of the larger guys just on the field in general on both sides of the ball, showing his strength there on that last kick. William Webb and Max Beal in the backfield trying to answer back against the Ironmen. Going to be a handoff. Actually, going to be a quarterback keeper with Webb, and he is going to be taken down for a loss of a yard. I believe the first Ironman back there was Lucas Keller.
Yeah, there was a read action there, and he got followed from behind and unable to really outrun the pursuit.
Good penetration there on first down. Not the way you want to have your first play go. They're going to mark them at a loss of 2. Going to be 2nd and 12 on their own 20-yard line. Webb's got the classic Webb cluster with the 3 guys in the backfield. Only time I've ever seen this formation of football, and it's going to be a crack toss to Max Beal, trying to make some guys miss. He is going to be taken down back to original line of scrimmage. I think the first Ironman there was Bidwell Makama.
Yeah, crack toss to the right, like you said, and he followed a couple of blockers, but the pursuit was just too much and unable to get enough blocking downfield to really get anything.
Now, one of the strengths of this Red Devil team, Christian, has been their ability to get out of 3rd and longs. Their conversion rate on 3rd and 15 plus, I think, is over 50% on the season.
We'll put that to the test here early.
Going to be Webb rolling out to the weak side, and he's throwing a absolute bullet to Wyatt Penny for the first down, and some. It's going to be marked down at about the 42-yard line there. What an impressive look on 3rd down.
Right on cue here, my gosh. Rolling out left, like you said, delivered a bullet. And Wyatt Penny he was aware enough to run to the sticks, hit the out, and then once he had the catch, he already had enough for the first down. After that, it's found change.
Yeah, this has been just the strength of this East Jordan team. It's really shocking. Just they put themselves in these 3rd and longs, and they just somehow managed to pull out some magic and make it happen. Motion man, there's Brady Wilson. He will get it on a jet sweep, breaking an arm tackle, breaking 2 arm tackles, finally being tripped up around the 50-yard line. Going to be marked a yard shy of the first down. Great play there on first down.
It's this blocking, good slithery there, good slithery movements, and able to fall down positively. He got hit at about the 47 their territory, and he fell for a good 2-3 yards after that, and that's puts him close to the first down here on 2nd down.
Yeah, sorry about the score here. We got it adjusted right. Ironmen are up 6, not East Jordan. This is the first drive for East Jordan. Webb going to be handed it off here to Max Beal, trying to get the first down, and they'll give it to him. Modest gain of about 3 yards there on 2nd down.
Yeah, just enough penetration and go get 2 yards, and that's enough. And that's how Mancelona drove made their scoring drive here on their first drive, and they found themselves on converting a couple of 4th down plays.
You know, as long as you keep those chains moving, you know, was curious if they were going to take a shot there on 2nd and short. You know, playbook does open up there when you got a guy like Max Beal and Webb in the backfield, but decided to just pick up their down. Wilson in the motion, low snap, picked up by Webb, and he's going to be taken down at about the line of scrimmage for no gain. One of the issues we did see in week 4, Charles Strail was at the game with me, and William Webb made a highlight reel just catching these not these passes, these snaps. They were going over his head, and he was making one-handed ones. They cleaned it up last week, and don't like to see a low snap there. Still a first drive. There could be some jitters going on as Adam Grabowskis gets the play call.
It was good improv, too, because I'm not sure if that was a design quarterback run, but they all of a sudden acted as though that was a quarterback run and didn't make it a problem.
But a wide receiver screen to Wilson, and he's got some room. Good blocks on the edge. Finally ran out of bounds there at about the, let's call it the 25-yard line. One of the first Ironmen there, Jackson Bennett.
Good deal gadget play there to Wilson. He was able to use his shiftiness and his speed to get around a would-be tackler, shank another, and then next thing you know, he's got a first down. And hey, they're on the cusp of putting together a scoring drive for themselves.
Yeah, both offenses have looked pretty good on their opening drives. First two plays for East Jordan, maybe a little bit questionable, but ended up getting the chains moving. And ever since then, it's been full steam ahead. As Webb's going to have trips to the wide side of the field, and he's going to keep it on a read option. Making two-men miss.
Oh,
and
wow.
He's going to get to the second level and punch it in for a touchdown. East Jordan touchdown. William Webb scrambles in, called a 24-yard scramble. Christian, what did you like to see there?
The burst of speed from Webb. He shook the two defenders there and able to kind of get back to the line of scrimmage. All of a sudden, he put his left foot in the ground and took that step, and he was upfield. Then it was lights out after that.
Yeah, the athleticism of Webb is shown every single week. I don't think I've watched a game where he's not had a 20-plus yard scramble for a touchdown. The last 2 weeks, he had two 50-plussers.
Well, in football, at the high school level, you see it a lot more where you just get the ball in your best player's hands, right?
Absolutely.
No matter what capacity. That's where they're dubbed athletes.
And that's what they're going to try and do there, keeping it on Webb and a quarterback keeper, and he is going to punch it in. East Jordan leading 8-6 in this first quarter. And real quick, we're going to take a quick little break here. Jared Stamen,
Christian Swinsicki,
and John Strail, our camera guy. We'll be right back here. You're watching Northern Michigan football, Next Level Broadcasting.
This isn't so bad.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
And welcome back to Boswell Stadium. Next Level Broadcast here, bringing you the East Jordan Red Devils facing the Mancelona Ironmen. And so far, both teams have had one possession, and both teams have punched in for a touchdown. East Jordan did get the two-point conversion, which is why they are up 8-6, kicking it back off to the Ironmen.
Good, impressive first couple drives from these teams. Let's see how they answer back.
See if the defense we can see any defense so far. Griffin Boyer on the pooch kick. And that is recovered by Mancelona. Bidwell Macoma going to pick it up at the 48-yard line. Pretty good field position. And if you look up in the air, there is some sort of flying doohickey. I don't know if the camera will be able to pick it up. What do you think that is?
I've seen those before. It's more like it's like a parasail or paragliding.
It's like
chair.
It's one of those ones where it's like got like the wind tunnel thing on the back, huh? Getting a good view of this beautiful sunset here on Boswell Stadium. Ryan Nomkempf and the Ironmen are going to take it here, seeing if Dion and some of the Red Devils can get back there on some plays.
You're going to get nowhere.
Jaden Lanning was there on the reversal, and he is going to be taken back for, is that a loss of 5 yards there? I think the first Red Devil back there was number 51, Griffin Boyer. Excuse me, that was actually Inigo Knopf.
Be careful with that one, Jared. Second and long. Second and 15 here for the Ironmen.
First quarter is winding down here.
Student section getting rowdy out here.
Could potentially be the last play. Ryan Nomchev is going to keep it, breaking the Webb tackle, or the Trace Weinkoop tackle, and brought out of bounds by Max Beal right against that Red Devil sideline. And he's going to be picking up about 10 yards there to make it a 3rd and 6.
Time actually 25 seconds here on the clock, and he got out of bounds to stop it.
So far, this offensive line, other than really that last play before that, really just getting a good push, not letting Mayor Dion or Boyer get in the backfield. Big 3rd down here. Red Devils trying to get off the field. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, Ryan Nomchev. It's going to be.
Falls out.
Looks like it was a fumble recovered by the Ironmen, but after the fumble, it pretty much is a no gain on the play. He looked like he was going to be about 2 yards short of the first, but.
It's going to bring up 4th and long, though.
Yeah, big play from East Jordan. It was about to be a 4th and 2. Got the fumble, making it about a 4th and 6. And the first quarter is going to go to an end here. You're watching Next Level Broadcasting. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Okay.
When it comes to designing your perfect home, everyone deserves a safe, functional, and beautiful home, and the Inner Structure is your source for residential interior design. You can see for yourself at their 319 South Lake Street location here in East Jordan to see why their space planning, kitchen, bath, furnishings, and floor coverings need to go in your next home renovation. Once again, that's Inner Structure, your go-to interior home design located right here in East Jordan.
These run plays here.
Sorry about that, folks. Quick little audio joke, but what it was, that was William Webb on the carry. Going to make it 3rd and 4. Webb looking to throw, scrambling out of the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield.
Oh, big block.
Dancing around, and that's going to be caught by Trace Weinkoop. And that's going to be a first down, about 10 yards there on the catch.
Heath Bradley from Mancelona got cracked in when he was in pursuit of Webb. He had a good clean hit on him, and then all of a sudden he got popped, and then Webb able to deliver a bullet over the middle. Good enough for the first down. And what I'm noticing is a lot of these plays, these pass plays, these guys, when Webb gets the ball to him, they already have enough for the first down.
Yeah, they do a good job at making it easy on the quarterback, finding spots in the zone, making their guys, losing their guys in the coverage, because all the eyes are on Webb because they know he can take off and take it to the house at any moment. Webb clustered here on first down. Looks like there's going to be a jump from the Ironmen, and that's going to be another free 5 yards.
I think that's on Heath Bradley, the one who just got cracked here.
Yeah, maybe seeing a couple stars after that hit there. You know, the center guard combo for the Red Devils, also their defensive line, is quite elite. So 1st and 5 after the offside penalty. Same formation. Webb cluster to the left. And a high snap carried by Webb, and Max Beal is going to take that for a loss of yard there, about a half-yard loss. Penetration.
That was a high and fast snap, like you'd said. Fastball coming up the middle. Webb able to snag that. They were lucky they were able to get that one back because that was 2 inches, maybe higher, and they're fighting for it on the bottom of a pile.
Making some substitutions. We got Brady Wilson and Trace Winecoop into the game for the Red Devils. Got twins to the short side of the field. Oh, and the top side. A little bit of a spread look. Flanked on his left is Max Beal. Looking to pass here is Webb, and a little bit fast into the left, Trace Winecoop. We're going to call that incomplete here.
Oh, man. If he delivers that right on Swinecoop, and he can probably back down for a couple of yards for the first down, but he puts that a little left of him and almost in harm's way also. That was a fastball.
Yeah, showing off the arm strength there. Maybe not exactly the time you want to show it off, but, you know, what's 1st and 5? It seeming like they were going to get these chains to be going, but after a negative play on first down and an incompletion, we're looking at a 3rd and 6 here.
Well, for a quarterback standpoint, too, you want to get the ball there as fast as possible, but sometimes there are other times where you just have to get the ball there.
Webb on the quarterback keep. Actually going to pass it back to Brady Wilson. A little bit low, and he cannot hang on. Going to be incomplete. Making this a 4th and 6th. Likely go for it territory there. That was probably the play call there, trying to make it a 4th and short. Incomplete, making a 4th and 6 here.
He was better off keeping that one. I think he had enough for the first down already.
I would tend to agree with you on that one, Christian. Webb sometimes trying to, he knows he's got the athleticism, but he wants to get his guys involved. And Brady Wilson is another one of those guys where he can take it to the crib at any moment himself. 4th and 6th. Ironmen trying to get off the field. Backing up the coverage. And we're going to see a timeout from East Jordan. Fired up are the Mancelona Ironmen. And while they take a break, we're going to take a quick word from Charlevoix State Bank. During a time of mergers, acquisitions, and name changes, the founders of Charlevoix State Bank saw a need for a truly local bank focused on their community and strong customer relationships. Those values continue to drive them today as they are proud to support local Charlevoix County schools such as East Jordan, the Charlevoix State Bank. Thank you for the word. And real quick, another word from EJ. EJ is a proud supporter of the Red Devil football on Next Level Broadcasting, making it easy to stay in touch with your hometown team and the community wherever you are.
Students actually getting fired up here in East Jordan, and a beautiful day, beautiful October day. It almost feels like summer out here.
Yeah, I believe the high was almost up into the 80s, Christian. A little abnormal here for northern Michigan. I think you'd have us fooled believing it was October. 4th down here. Biggest play for the offense so far. Webb's going to fake the handoff. Seeing a lot of Ironmen in the backfield, but using his legs to get out. And delivers a bit of a high throw, and it's going to be overthrown and intercepted. bit of an arm punt, you could call it there. All things considered, he might have not wanted to pick that ball. That was Jaden Lanning with the pick.
Yeah, that's actually going to cost your offense some yards here. That's one that you want to maybe keep back, but it looks good on the stat sheet and for the end of the year, and he was also able to say he got another interception. However, sets the offense back just a couple of yards, but I mean, for the Red Devils, I mean, you've put some faith in your defense. They've allowed a, you know, decent amount in some weeks and decent amount in others.
Yeah,
13.5 for the year.
Going to be handed off to Jackson Bennett, trying to make some guys miss there. And he's going to get to the second level. One man to beat William Webb on the backwards tackle. Looked like he was trying to peanut punch that ball out of there. But he's going to be marked down at the 40-yard line. That is a gain of 23 yards on first down.
Heads-up play from Webb to go for, like you said, the peanut punch. Patented from Charles Peanut Tillman from the Bears back in the day. And
oh, yeah.
Just unable to get it, but a big gain there for Mancelona. Now, this is when you look at the numbers and statistics, they're very similar. So this is a good who's gonna break first?
Yeah, the measuring stick game, you could call it. And that's Jackson Bennett on the handoff again, and he is snuffed there, getting back to the line of scrimmage. I believe the first Red Devil there was Garrison Henry.
Like you look at the offense here for East Jordan, they've averaged nearly 30 a game. They had that big game, like you said, in week 2.
Yeah, week 2 against Joburg, I think it was 56-0.
50 something to nothing, and that's that's massive. Mancelona averaging 25 on offense though, but both teams averaging nearly just 10 on defense. So.
And that ball there looks like it's going to Jaden Lanning, and he is going to get no yards again. 2 plays, maybe call it about a foot.
He got thrown back by a gang of Red Devils.
I actually believe that was number 3, Lucas Keller, on the carry. Red Devils trying to get some penetration, and we're going to see a timeout from the Ironmen, and we're going to take a quick timeout here. Jared Stamen,
Christian Swinsicki here
on Next Level Broadcasting, bringing you Northern Michigan football. We will be right back.
Sorry, I'm not used to it.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
EJ is proud to support East Jordan Athletics here on Next Level Broadcasting, making it easy to stay in touch with your hometown team wherever you are. Compete with heart and play with integrity. EJ is the leader in the design, manufacture, and distribution of access solutions for water, sewer, drainage, telecommunication, and utility networks worldwide. Driven
Ryan Nomchev sees his man there. That is Jaden Lanning on the catch. He was wide open. If that ball would have thrown a little bit more inside, we could have seen a touchdown, but that's another big play.
These big plays down the middle are gashing the Red Devils, but they're still not netting in the 6 here. 5 and 15 to go in the first half.
And that was a 2nd and 17 there. And if you're the Red Devils fan, you're hoping, okay.
This is a methodical drive.
Yeah, you know, it seems like no matter if they get punched back, they got an answer for everything here. Defense trying to make a red zone stand here as it is 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Ryan Nomchev and crew trying to punch it in. Jackson Bennett on the handoff. Swallowed up by multiple Red Devil defenders.
Red Devils' run game is stepping up here. Mancelona using that pass offense pretty effective here.
Yeah, that only, I think, was their 3rd pass on the game if you're counting the 2-point conversion, and maybe the 4th. But the run game has just been really punching them in the mouth. And eventually, if you're Adam Grabowski, so you're going to have to start putting 7 or 8 of these guys in the box and make them throw the ball.
Yeah, that's, I mean, you know, you put 7 in the box and it's just not enough, and then they start going to this throwing offense, and it makes you think a little bit, but.
Yeah, we're going to see 7 yards to the end zone. Ryan Nomchev on the quarterback keeper, and that is, as he is swallowed up there.
Quarterback powered the left, that right guard pulled. They just pulled everyone as left as they could and met at the wall.
Yeah, Brandon Caldwell was there to swallow him up for only a modest gain of 3. They got 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Most likely you're going to see 4-down territory here. Let's see what this Ironman offense has up their sleeve. If they're just going to say, hey, you know what? Until you stop the run, we're just going to keep pounding it.
Well, they've shown that they're not scared to go for it on 4th down, so.
Nomchev handed it off to Bennett. And Dion is the first Red Devil back there. And that's going to actually be, are they going to call it a loss of yards, or is he going to get back to the line to gain? Or line of scrimmage, yeah. They're going to say there's no gain there. Ooh. 4th down. Dion a little slow to get up, but he seems to be all right. Just bottom of that pile up there.
Yeah, that's what I was keeping an eye on.
Well, Christian, this is the biggest play for the Red Devil defense here. 4th down, 4 yards to go. See if they can keep that iron curtain.
Well, for the Red Devils, if you stop this, you'll have that 90-something yard drive in order to put more points on the board. So Mancelona are taking a timeout.
All right, and as they take a timeout, we're going to let EJ Finister add real quick. Because we love our sponsors here on Next Level Broadcasting. Jared Saman, Christian Swinsicki. We'll be right back.
Countdown.
EJ is proud to support East Jordan Athletics here on Next Level Broadcasting, making it easy to stay in touch with your hometown team wherever you are. Compete with heart and play with integrity. EJ is the leader in the design, manufacture, and distribution of access solutions for water, sewer, drainage, telecommunication, and utility networks worldwide. Driven by unparalleled customer service, exceptional solutions, global expertise, and local understanding. That's EJ, a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
All right, welcome back. Next Level Broadcast here. Ironmen taking the field, trying to punch this in. It is 4th down, 4 yards to the end zone, down 2 points. East Jordan trying to make a stand here. Biggest play of the game so far. Motion man there. Lucas Keller. This is going to be a pass play, and that is high pointed. Looks like they're going to call it a touchdown. I believe that was Bidwell Makama on the catch. Or, excuse me, that was actually number 3, Lucas Keller.
What a catch. That was in the far corner of the end zone. Just threw a floater, and he must have got the foot in I mean, that's as far away from our perspective as we can be. But that was a heck of a catch.
Wow, that's all I got to say. He said that was a 50-50 ball. We saw an earlier 50-50 ball caught by Trace Weinkoop for the Red Devils. Ironmen responding back there on 4th down for that 50-50 ball, and they're punching that in for 6 points. 2-point conversion here, trying to make it a touchdown game.
Unreal catch.
You see Lucas Keller on the motion again. And, and Ryan Namchev's pass is going to be a little bit wide. 0 for 2 on the 2-point conversions. Red Devils make this still a one-possession game. Well, would have been a one-possession game either way. And real quick, we want to give a shout-out to Interstructure. In need of interior design overhaul? Or maybe you're in search of more functional home design? Then look no further than Interstructure. Located right here in East Jordan at 319 South Lake Street, offering innovative solutions for your home, including space planning, kitchens, baths, floor coverings, furnishings, and much more. That is Interstructure Design. Well, what a response there by Mancelona.
You look at what Mancelona was able to do there in offense. I mean, they were able to put a couple passing plays together, but those run plays, I know I was saying that they're big plays, but they're not getting to the end zone. And hey, that's exactly what they eventually led up to. It just took every down that it could have when you got there. That's twice in a row here for the Red Devils that they've allowed a touchdown on fourth and goal.
Yeah, the first time was about 4th and a foot, if that. That one was a 4th and 4. Good job by Mancelona, not letting the moment get too big and players making big plays. And we're going to see the big leg of Bidwell Makama. Had a big boot the first time. Let's see if he can match that up here as he steps way back here, getting ready to kick it off to the Devils. And another big
about the 11.
Weinkoop there, or excuse me, Wyatt Penny there, making a couple guys miss. Oh, it's bringing free. Looked like he was going to get out of that tackle. We're going to mark him down at about the 26, 27-yard line. Wow.
That's a boot. I mean, he fielded that with 11 and able to get some good yardage out of it, but you had to have a weapon like that. I mean, you're going for it so often. I mean, you're getting touchdowns, but you do have a guy that can boot it that far.
Yeah, it was interesting to see if he is presumably their field goal kicker. He's definitely got the leg for it.
Offense getting their play call in.
One score game here for the Devils, trying to take the lead back. A touchdown will automatically give them the lead at 14-12. Max Beal out into motion, and he's going to get the ball. Oh, not a great block there. And he is going to be tackled for a loss. I believe Jaden Lanning was the Ironman defender there. Going to give him a 4-yard loss there.
Yeah, you need more of a commitment from your wide receiver if he's going to block and be out there, because that's your guy that's making the tackle, and unfortunately for the Red Devils, it's going to result in bad blocking. Is a loss of 4.
Under 2 minutes to go in this game. Got about 77 yards to go to the end zone, but big plays are the key for this Red Devil offense. But timeout is going to be called by the Devils, and as they take a timeout, we're going to take a quick timeout as well. Jared Stamen, Christensen Wiki here, and our wonderful camera guy, John Strail, Next Level Broadcasting. We will be right back.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion. Not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
All right. Welcome back to Boswell Field here at Next Level Broadcasting, bringing you the East Jordan Red Devils on offense, trying to punch it in here to respond. Mancelona just punched it in on the touchdown, did not get the 2-point conversion, which is why it is 12-8. Webb in the shotgun, and he's going to keep it. And he is not going to get anything there. Heath Bradley, the first Ironman there to bring him down. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 14. Maybe they're going to say he lost a yard, 3rd and 15.
It was a good pursuit from the defense there. They had a host of Mancelona football players around William Webb and just unable to get really any kind of separation. Once he had the keeper, there wasn't really a right choice in the read option.
No, they're getting pretty good penetration up front. Now, this is where they've been money, though, East Jordan. They're these 3rd and longs. They just find a way to pull the rabbit out of the hat, per se, and get these first downs. Trying to do it again here is Webb. Got twins to the top and bottom of the field. Beal in the backfield. And they're just going to decide to hand it off to Beal. And he's going to get a yard or two before they're going to mark that shy. Clock's going to continue to run. East Jordan looking to just bring this to half. They do get the ball at half, so not trying to make any maybe game-altering mistakes here, and there's going to be a timeout by the Ironmen. Christian, do you agree with the decision there?
They're preserving time. With 30 seconds left, the Ironmen are thinking maybe they can go down and get some points here. That's why I was watching was the clock to see if they had any timeouts left, if they had anything available here. And you preserve that timeout, you're going to preserve after a punt. You might have about 15 seconds. You might shoot a bad punt. You never know. If he snap, next thing you know, you could be looking at some more points here before the half.
Webb is also the punter for East Jordan. He's had a pretty solid career punting the ball. Definitely doesn't have the boot that Bidwell Macoma has, but I got to say, he's probably had the biggest boot by far I've seen all year.
It's an understatement. Biggest one that I've seen so far this season.
Ryan Namchev for Ironman is the return man, hanging on about the 45-yard line. It's going to be a low snap. Webb does field it, and caught by Ryan Namchev. They're going to call it about 46-yard line.
That was close. One low snap, and then next thing you know, it's a free game, and it was a low snap, and able to get the punt off was Webb, and he saved what would have been a disaster play there. But
yeah,
that's why coach calls those timeouts, because then hey, you never know, a low snap. It's not a play that's executed 100% of the time.
Yeah, one thing about football is nothing is guaranteed. If any of my NFL watchers watched last night's game, the Niners upset the Rams, who, if you watch the Next Level show, we all had in our top 5 teams, expecting a pretty big win from them. But right now we're focused on the Ironmen. They've got about 55 yards to go here, trying to make some magic happen before end of the half. Jackson Bennett on the carry, shaking a couple defenders before getting tackled there, I believe.
And they're going to let this clock run out.
Webb was the first there, but they're gonna take it to halftime. Great first half of football we've seen. East Jordan is down 8-12. Jared Stamen, Christian Swinwicki, and John Strail, our camera guy, gonna throw you guys into our commercials. We will be back in a little bit with a little bit of a halftime show. Stay tuned.
The Depot Jordan Valley Teen Center of East Jordan provides a safe place to be and a path to become for 6th to 12th grade teens. With after-school programming 4 days a week and our new Becoming You homeschool support program 3 days a week, we are always looking for passionate people to join our Depot volunteer family. Simply visit ejdepot.org/volunteer to discover how you can make a difference in the lives of our teens.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy, right here in your neck of the woods with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
The Depot Jordan Valley Teen Center of East Jordan provides a safe place to be and a path to become for 6th through 12th grade teens with after-school programming 3 days a week with a hot, nutritious meal. On Thursdays after school, the Depot provides life skill classes like cooking, art, and career readiness. And new this year is Becoming You, a program for homeschool students that provides a structured environment, tutoring, and a healthy lunch. For more info on all of our programs, please visit ejdepot.org.
EJ is proud to support East Jordan Athletics here on Next Level Broadcasting, making it easy to stay in touch with your hometown team wherever you are. Compete with heart and play with integrity. EJ is the leader in the design, manufacture, and distribution of access solutions for water, sewer, drainage, telecommunication, and utility networks worldwide. Driven by unparalleled customer service, exceptional solutions, global expertise, and local understanding. That's EJ, a proud sponsor of tonight's game. When it comes to designing your perfect home, everyone deserves a safe, functional, and beautiful home, and the inner structure is your source for residential interior design. You can see for yourself at their 319 South Lake Street location here in East Jordan to see why their space planning, kitchen, bath, furnishings, and floor coverings need to go in your next home renovation. Once again, that's Inner Structure, your go-to interior home design located right here in East Jordan.
Today's game is brought to you by Professional Seamless Gutters, Burnett Foods, The Depot, Jordan Valley Teen Center, Charlevoix State Bank, Inner Structure, Edge Attractants, TVC, Cherry Capital Airport, EJ, East Jordan Plastics Incorporated, and Active Recovery, Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our Northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy right here in your neck of the woods with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game. Charlevoix State.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
The Depot Jordan Valley Teen Center of East Jordan provides a safe place to be and a path to become for 6th to 12th grade teens. With after-school programming 4 days a week and our new Becoming You homeschool support program 3 days a week, we are always looking for passionate people to join our Depot volunteer family. Simply visit ejdepot.org/volunteer to discover how you can make a difference in the lives of our teens. The Depot Jordan Valley Teen Center of East Jordan provides a safe place to be and a path to become for 6th through 12th grade teens with after-school programming 3 days a week with a hot, nutritious meal. On Thursdays after school, the Depot provides life skill classes like cooking, art, and career readiness. And new this year is Becoming You, a program for homeschool students that provides a structured environment, tutoring, and a healthy lunch. For more info on all of our programs, please visit ejdepot.org.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting. Jared Stamen, Christian Swinsicki, along with John Strehler, our camera guy here. We got a little halftime show going on for you guys. But before we get into our game, we want to bring you some games in the Next Level universe, as Eric Hoffman calls it. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors for the halftime show, Traverse City Capital Airport, along with the East Jordan Depot. But we had a 5 o'clock game today. Boyne City played at Traverse City St. Francis, and the final for that game was 20-13. 13-13 was the halftime score. Looked like we were going to be in for a lot more points. Gladiators end up sneaking away with a victory there, and that's a pretty big win against Boyne City, another Division 7 opponent, I believe. Going to be good for their Snooze to You bracket. And some of our other games that are going on right now, Elk Rapids is playing Charlevoix in Elk Rapids, 21-20 at halftime. Gaylord St. Mary is at Pelston, and that game is 30-0 going on halftime. Our game is 12-8. Your Red Devils are down a score, but they've had some key moments that have not gone their way. 4th down has really been their issue. Normally pretty good on 4th down, having a little bit of struggles getting the ball past that yard to gain. And, give credit to Mancelona, the Ironmen. They're getting that iron curtain, you could say, blocking the Red Devils, Max Beal and William Webb from running all over them. Beal has been pretty quiet so far this game. I'd be surprised if he had any more than 20 yards, which is a shock if you ask me. Normally, he is one of those guys that you can pretty much guarantee that he's going to have at least 150-plus yard bomb. Does not have one so far. Been pretty snuffed up. William Webb has delivered a couple beautiful balls. He has thrown one interception, but it was a 4th down, and actually it was a bit of an arm punt. Ended up hurting the field position for the Ironmen, but it didn't really matter. They ended up taking that ball down for the third score of the game. Christian, what have you seen so far?
On this ground game here from Mancelona, I mean, it's been potent, it's been strong. They've been able to wrangle a few negative plays, but then next thing you know, they'll get a 10, 15, 20-yarder, and it's a big chunk play, and next thing you know, the Red Devils are 4-down territory, because that's every play. It's 1, 2, 3, and then 5 yards, 6 yards, and then maybe a 20-yard gap. It's just running down the defense's throat, and the trick is you have to kind of force them to pass it. But we saw here on the far corner, that passing touchdown that netted 6 points, and hey, that was a heck of a pass. That was a tough catch into the corner. But you need to get them to force them into 3rd and distance, 4th and distance a lot sooner. You can't let them get the 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 5 even, because 3rd and 5 next thing you know is 4th and 2, and then they're still going for it. You need to beat them on the early downs is what you're supposed to do if you're the Red Devils here And then for the Red Devils on offense, I keep, doing what you're doing. Just extend it further down the field. Do you have these potent run game this potent passing game? Sorry, that's working on third downs. Where's that on first and second down? If you would like to see the offense maybe have a little bit more, viability, mix in some of those first down passing plays, because on first down they expect you're running it, and you mix in a couple of those early down passing plays. Well, now they're not so eager to get up into the line of scrimmage, because it's proven that here on shotgun and these third and distance, you have the strongest thrower. Use your best weapon.
Yeah, it's really been surprising. We've seen a couple times they've used Brady Wilson out, and especially on the first drive, out in the screen game or just getting him the ball in the flats. And ever since that first drive, they've seen a little bit disjointed. And I do want to give credit to the defensive line for the Ironmen. They've been making William Webb bounce all over the place. He's really not had a clean pocket so far this game, which is typically a strength. Their center guard combo, something we rave about all the time on the Next Level broadcast. Griffin Boyer, Thomas Mayhew, and Dion there, usually making great plays. They've made a couple good plays on defense, which is also where they do shine. Dion has had at least one TFL, most likely two, and I know Thomas Mayhew got back there for one. So, but those, like you kind of mentioned, East Jordan has gotten these negative plays, gotten them to these second and 15s, and then, they'll spring it to Jackson Bennett. Ryan will go, the quarterback will go run for 15. It's really been kind of hard to see this discipline. These kind of zone sweeps, inside zones have really been giving the Red Devils some trouble.
Yeah, and the Red Devils, they're getting caught in the same distance, the same pressure the same problems that I was saying. That's how you beat Mancelona, is getting caught on these first and second downs. And well, now you're looking at third and distance. Well, you're not going to be 100% on third and distance every play or every down. So, you're getting beat on these early downs because you're not getting enough push. And sometimes you are getting the push, but then you commit into it, and we see these third and distance is just it's setting them back. So being able to clean it up on the run game, but pick and choose when that pass game can be used again, because that's the other thing that they are doing a good job of, is using it in the right time. But I think you can also maybe open up the playbook a little bit.
Yeah, got a big, interesting second half of East Jordan football here in the Next Level Broadcasting show. Again, I want to thank our halftime sponsors, The Depot and Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport. Quick message from our sponsors, and then we will get into the second half of play.
When it comes to designing your perfect home, everyone deserves a safe, functional, and beautiful home, and the inner structure is your source for residential interior design. You can see for yourself at their 319 South Lake Street location here in East Jordan to see why their space planning, kitchen, bath, furnishings, and floor coverings need to go in your next home renovation. Once again, that's Inner Structure, your go-to interior home design, located right here in East Jordan.
Today's game is brought to you by Professional Seamless Gutters, Burnett Foods, The Depot, Jordan Valley Teen Center, Charlevoix State Bank, Inner Structure, Edge Attractants, TVC, Cherry Capital Airport, EJ, East Jordan Plastics Incorporated, and Active Recovery, Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the second half of football here. East Jordan Red Devils facing the Mancelona Ironmen. And what's so far been a pretty close game here. Ironmen, the defense has definitely kind of held the edge here against the Red Devils, to a little bit of my surprise, I might add. But we got a whole nother half of football, and as far as we're concerned, you got to treat it like a new game. We are going to see Bidwell Makama boot off his third kick at the game, and he's got quite the leg, pinning him back into the 10 the last couple of times. Shorter kick from him this time, picked up by Max Beal. Kind of fumbled a little bit. He's going to shake off a tackle, run around another one. Oh, and Max Beal's got some room. Going to be tackled around the 39, but it looked like for a second, Christian, he might take that to the house.
That was a roller coaster of a kickoff there. Bidwell kicked it into the soft spot. That's what I noticed was there was a big gap there. And if that ball travels over 10 yards, that gives the kicking team a chance to recover it, but hit that soft spot, and then Beal kind of one-handed it, kind of loosely grabbed it, and if you get loose with it, next thing you know, you're fighting for the ball again. This is getting to be a scrum, it seems like, on every play.
As Patrick Starr would say, firmly grasp it, right?
Flag out the play already.
And I think it's going to be a false start on the Devils. The motion might have thrown off one of the linemen there, and that's going to back him up there. Not the way you want to start the first play of the second half, but it only is the first play, so not anything to beat yourself up over too much. Going to be a 1st and 15 from the 35.
Well, one of the keys of the halftime show that we were saying that you kind of need to beat is not beat yourself here on 1st and 2nd down, and here we are, 1st and 2nd down. It's already 1st and 15.
Yeah, we're going to see if they can get Max Beal a little bit more involved, not having much of an impact in the first half, and it looks like there's going to be another false start, but didn't really look like they were fully lined up. A little confused on the call there, but Ironmen players hyped up after pretty much a free 10-yard negative, making it a 1st and 20.
They're going to get a new play here. False start back makes it 1st and 20 now after back-to-back.
We have Webb and crew trying to see if they can get some positive yards here. See if Max Beal gets the ball here. We're going to see a pass play, Max Beal, and pass protection, but that is batted down by Lucas Keller. Lucas Keller and Heath Bradley came off the edge untouched.
Yeah, they were looking for a screen pass there. I was wondering where the blocking went because they had blockers, and the next thing you know, there was a free runner coming through, and then 3 more. And it's a risky play to do the screen pass sometimes, but other times it works effectively.
Yeah, it worked out for them last week. There was a 50-yard screen pass to Max Beal, and that's probably what they're trying to recreate there on 1st down. Going to be in 2nd and 20 here as Adam Grabowski gets the play call to his players. Twins on the close side of the field. Webb scanning the defense. And this is going to be a good snap here. Webb keeping his eyes downfield, dancing around in the pocket. Shakes off one tackle. He's going to get to the left edge. We do see a flag fly, but oh my goodness, there's Wyatt Penny wide open on the left side of the field. But unfortunately, I do think this is going to be a holding call, and this might go back. But let's not speculate. As far as we're concerned, that is going to be a gain of 25.
No, they already called it holding.
Oh.
Yeah, I've already seen the signal for holding. It's they're backing them up already.
Really, really unfortunate there for the Red Devils. You have those 2 flags to start the drive, and then you're like, hey, you know what? We're going to throw it on 2nd down, and you got a guy complete. Wide open was Wyatt Penny. And just too much time back there. A lot of times if you're going to see a 5+ second play in the pocket with the quarterback scrambling around, you're likely going to see some laundry on the field.
That's just like you said, the ramifications of having those long drawn-out plays and a lot of movement back and forth and side to side.
They're going to call it 2nd and 20. They're going to fake it to Wilson. Webb is going to keep it. Oh, looked like he had a chance there to take it to the 2nd level, but ends up getting snuffed up. About a 9-yard gain there. Maybe call it, maybe not 9. It was more like 6.
It was 2nd and 30, and now I think we're looking at about 3rd and 20. Yeah, third and a county over.
Oh, yeah, it was because of the penalty. It was a 2nd and 30. Definitely the longest, to the sticks that this Red Devils team has faced so far this year. 3rd and 21, though, they have actually converted a 3rd and 20 plus this season. So we know it is in their wheelhouse. See if they can pull it out this time. So we're going to see a spread look from the offense. Webb looking around, looking for his guys, scrambling up in the pocket. And he's going to try to keep his eyes downfield, making a play, and that's going to be picked off by Jaden Lanning. They're going to mark him about the East Jordan 39-yard line.
Yeah, when it's 3rd and a mile, you're looking to make a play. I think one of the big things you can't do as a quarterback is make the wrong play. And, on 3rd and 20 on your first drive of the half, maybe thrown into the dirt, but that's when you're going to want back.
Yeah, he did have some room to take off there, and probably not for the first down, but, knowing what we know now, would have liked to see at least, keep the ball in your possession, and you could potentially
punt it. The defense can still make a very big play here. The defense has been stellar all evening.
Oh, absolutely. This defense, especially this front, is known for getting the ball, making turnovers, a lot of forced fumbles by this team, and you even got to watch out for these defensive linemen to tip it to themselves for a pick. You're going to see a heavier set here for the Ironmen. Ryan Nomchev looking downfield, and he's going to let one loose. Oh, just a little bit far. Intended target there was Lucas Keller, and he hits that in stride. That might have been a touchdown there.
That was close. Good coverage there over the top. They had, I think, a single high safety that was kind of covering. There was 2 men running deep, one across the field, and once the single high safety noticed that the ball was going to the far side, he was able to break off fast enough and make it a tough coverage. But yeah, just outside of the reach from the receiver's hands. Makes it 2nd and 10.
Red Devils lucky that ball is a little overthrown. Trying to get a stop here and keep this a 1-possession game. The Ironmen are looking to punch this in, and it's going to be Jackson Bennett for about 5 yards there. Looks like Garrison Henry, one of the first Red Devils there.
Well, gonna need another stop here from the defense, maybe a big blow up.
And the run game has just really proven to be, the bread and butter for the Ironmen. They did try to air it out there on the first down because they've only thrown it a handful of times, so they were catching the defense lacking, and they did have their guy open there. Another heavier set, 2 wide receivers out left.
Quarterback keeper.
And looks like he's going to break a tackle there and get knocked out right around the sticks. Looks like he might have knocked over one of the line judges, or, chain gang, you could say.
Yeah, chain gang man took a spill. Hopefully he's okay, but it's going to get close to the first down marker. It's going to be just shy.
Zebra's discussing where that he fully went out, if that is a first down or a 4th and inches. Looks like they're going to mark him a yard short. Potential big stand here. If you're the Red Devils, getting the ball back in your quarterback's hands.
Crowd getting loud here. Kind of a playoff atmosphere going from here on out for the rest of the season there.
Oh, absolutely. I think these guys know that if they want a chance to make a run, one more loss is really going to hurt them here, as we're going to see Lucas Keller in motion, and it's going to be a quarterback keep, and he is going to push forward for the first down. About a gain of 4 yards there after getting tripped up. Keeping the chains moving. It's kind of been the story of Mancelona.
Doing just enough to keep this moving, and wearing the defense down is what it does. These defenses have been in long drives, 8, 10, sometimes 12 plays. That wears on a team when you have a couple of multiple 4th down conversions.
Oh, it's definitely not good for the mentals. We're going to see Jackson Bennett there on the handoff. He's going to only get about a yard there. Pretty good start if you're the Red Devils, happy to, Jackson Bennett's ripped a couple of 20-plussers, so you're happy to keep that guy contained there. And, the Mancelona Ironmen are kind of reminding me of an NFL team, and that would be the Eagles. Just doing whatever it takes to win, just winning in the trenches. Quarterbacks maybe not throwing the ball too much, just using his legs to make plays.
Like getting these 4 or 5 yard plays, and your quarterback can come and make a couple of runs himself. Next thing you know, he can throw the ball deep and keep the defense guessing.
And it's going to be another quarterback keeper for Ryan. Looked like he was maybe trying to go for a bit of a hurdle there, kind of a bit of a jump, but it's going to be tackled down there about the 19-yard line. They're actually going to give him the first down there. Looked like he was short originally, but sometimes our angles aren't as good as those line judges down there.
They are down there. In just a few moments, actually, we'll be having a second camera here.
Oh.
Yes. Charles Strail is on the way.
Oh, big boss man's coming, and when he's here, it's going to be even better of a broadcast. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Mancelona threatening here. Another set with the Twins out to the left. Jackson on his left. And Bennett is going to take the ball. Making a little juke move there in the second level, getting knocked down at about, looks like they're going to give him about 8 yards there. Tackled down around the 8 or 9 yard line.
Big plays here on these 1st and 2nd downs are setting them up with late down success. As Mancelona looks to extend their lead, put some more pressure on the Red Devils. Red Devils defense is holding them good for the first 3 plays. It's that 4th one.
And we're going to see a 2nd and short here. Quarterback keeper. And he's going to be snuffed up there. It looks like he might have gotten the first down, and they're going to give him the first down. And they just keep getting these 4 to 5 yard chunks each play, and you're just seeing this defense is getting tired. I mean, these long sustained drives are not easy, not only physically but also mentally, Christian.
Yeah, you keep thinking we're going to get off here. This will be the drive. This will be the drive where we can catch a long extended breather. And then you see they have the chain gang moving, and then that's it. That long drive is longer.
And there's going to be another quarterback keeper, and he's going to slip. Going to lose actually a yard there. They're going to call it a loss of 1 on the 5 yard line. So 1st and goal, originally from the 4. Now it's going to be the 5. This could be a really pivotal point for East Jordan to get some momentum back on their side after the first drive with all the penalties. Momentum definitely favoring the Ironmen, and the good old momentum could swing back East Jordan's favor if they can get a turnover on downs here. We're going to see Ryan Nomchev run to the right, and he runs into a sea of defenders. Dion,
just
one of the many there.
Nowhere to go there for Nomchev. He ran to the right, and once they saw that the entire line pulled right, the entire defense pulled that way too, and good horizontal movement from the defense, and the linebackers able to kind of keep the linemen engaged and not able to go anywhere, and they were able to bring him down for a loss, or at least a no gain.
It looks like they're going to maybe give him 1 yard on that, bring him back to the 4 yard line. But so far, East Jordan defense looking stout here after giving up multiple 5+ yard runs. Trying to make a goal line stand here. And this is going to be another run to the right with Ryan Nomchev, and he is going to dive into the end zone, and it is going to be a touchdown. Mancelona striking back, or striking again, I will say, actually.
Makes it 18-8, and now the pressure is on for East Jordan to go down and start scoring.
Yeah, 10-point game right here, and a 2-point conversion could be pivotal here because this would make it a 2-touchdown lead if East Jordan was not to get either the 2-point conversions. So far, 0 for 2, trying to pass it both times on them, even though the run game has been strong. Christian, you think they're going to run it in here, or are we going to see another pass?
The smart move for me would be to keep it on the ground here.
And Jackson Bennett does keep it on the ground, and he is going to slither his way in for the first 2-point conversion for Mancelona.
Mancelona, I mean, that's a 2-touchdown game now, and hey, they're very close to their season average. But if you're East Jordan, you can't have drives like the last one where it's first and 15, first and 20, second and 30. You can't be having those drives anymore. Those starts. That's killer. Before you had 3 drive killers before you even had your first play.
Yeah, and then, they do have the big play to Wyatt Penny, and you think, oh, they just got out of a nightmare situation, and then what do you see? Another flag. Just really, like you said, beating themselves here, and really at all levels of football, penalties are going to be your worst enemy. Playing a clean game of football always gives you the highest chance to come out on top.
Bidwell, Mokama back to boot it deep again. Last time he booted it into the soft spot. That soft spot here is about right in between the 40 and the 20.
And we're going to see if this leg continues to be booming as one of the more tame kicks for him, I'd say. Bounces around the 20 and bounces out of bounds. That's going to be an illegal procedure, and they're going to start at the 40-yard line.
I think that's exactly what they wanted to do, though, is they wanted to boot it into the soft spot to see if they can recover it. It had the right amount of knuckleball to it to just stick it to the grass, too, when it landed. Just didn't stay in bounds, but there was a game that we had called last year in Elk Rapids where the team had recovered their own onside kick 3 times in a row.
Oh, wow. That's got to be some sort of record.
They were up 21-0 before they allowed the other team to take the offense.
That is winning football right there. As we're going to see Webb and friends trying to strike back here after going down 2 possessions. We're going to see Beal motion. We're going to see an empty set, potentially max protect, and Webb is going to take off for this quarterback-designed run. Give him about, let's say, 7 yards on there.
Well, the thing about him going out of bounds is that's going to save them time. Clock is going to be kind of, at this point, I know we're in the 3rd quarter, but hear me out, but the clock is not going to be your friend here.
No, especially with the way Mancelona can run this ball,
Exactly, yeah. The way Mancelona can run this ball and they can chew it up, and you're still down 2 possessions, so you're still down 2 touchdowns. You need to score here, and then you need to get Mancelona off the field quickly just to get back into close to tying this game.
Right, and they're going to call it 2nd and 4 here. We're going to see the Webb cluster to his right. One of the famed formations. We're going to see Max Beal in the handoff, and he's going to gain about 1 yard there. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Multiple Ironmen there. Ready to pounce.
Just under 5 to go in this 3rd quarter, and Mancelona's defense is putting them in another 3rd down, but this is one of the shorter editions of tonight's 3rd down.
And right now, if you're East Jordan, the only thing I'm telling these kids as a coach is no flags. This is 4th down territory. You've got 2 plays to get this for them. Just no stupid mistakes. And Webb is going to keep it on the direct snap to him. Spinning off one, and he is going to be tackled after getting the 1st yard, moving the chains for East Jordan. After the nightmare, which was their first drive after half, like to see those chains finally moving.
Well, they're moving in the right direction. They've cleaned up the offense a little bit, and I'm sure they would have liked to have had the same success on the last drive.
Setting them up on the 46-yard line. They got about 54 yards to go. Just under 4 minutes. Like you said, time is slowly ticking away. And we're going to see Max Beal on the handoff. Ooh,
had a lane.
Very close there to breaking that one free, but I think Bidwell Makama tripped him up to save a potential touchdown.
He had those lanes. He had a couple of good moves there to get past the line of scrimmage even. That's the thing about this game that I'm noticing in here is these teams are fighting hard just to get back to the line of scrimmage. And then, anything after that, that's why they're getting such big gains here because, it's another 8 yards till you see your next guy because it's usually the safety. coming back from his safety position.
Brady Wilson, the motion man, and they're going to swing it out to him on a little bit of a jet bubble pass. Give him about 2 yards there, tackled again by Bidwell Makama, making plays, special teams, and on defense.
3rd and short again.
And I do like this play calling from Adam Grabowskis in the second half, knowing that these runs up the guts have not always been the best for them. Getting out into the motion with Brady Wilson and using his athleticism to pick up some more yards. Pretty big third down here, but definitely in 4th down territory. So just no procedures, no missed procedures, and we might see a first down. Max Beal on the handoff off the Webb cluster, and they're actually going to lose a yard there, making this about a 4th and 3.
What do you do here?
I think the decision was made when they decided to run the ball, Christian. I think that this is definitely where you're going to go for it here. I think they're going to trust in their big offensive line, even though they haven't looked the best so far this game. That can change at any moment.
Kind of one of the next important plays right here.
Potentially the biggest play of the game here. Webb going to be just short of the first down. They're going to mark him 1 yard shy. Mancelona got in the backfield quickly, and it looked like he was going to be tackled right away, but Webb using his athleticism to get close, but just a yard shy.
Wow, he had outstretched the arm, and the ref spotted it where he outstretched the ball, and it just wasn't enough.
Got to say, what an effort and awareness from Webb, though, knowing that he didn't quite have it, trying to extend to get it. Fortunately, just a little bit short there.
A bunch of Ironmen just came in through the line of scrimmage and wrapped him up, but man, big defensive stand now.
And Jackson Bennett's there, and he is tackled by Max Beal and Trace Weinkoop after a sizable gain, and they're actually going to say that is first yard levels of gainage.
That was a big hit, too. He got upended. And if you're the Ironman, you have a strong enough run game where you can start thinking about the clock now.
I would absolutely agree. I think that, their game plan from the start has been running the ball, and, when you can get that going at these types of points in the game, that's when you really love to have a good run game. You can just hand it off to Jackson Bennett and keep it with your quarterback, Ryan Namchev, and gain yards to keep the chains moving. Shotgun formation. Again, Jackson Bennett is going to take it up to about the 40-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. And they just keep churning and churning. This defense, I think, is really starting to get tired, Christian.
Well, they've been out there for most of this quarter here. We're probably going to see one more play here before we head to break. But, they've been out there for, I would say, a good 9-8 minutes, this defense.
Yeah,
of this quarter.
Right, offense has really not been able to get much going there. They did get a first on the last play, but ended up not being able to get it on the second possession of chains. Going to see Jaden Lanning run across the formation before we see a timeout by the offense, making sure they got everything in check. And as they take a break, we're going to give a quick shout out to Sky Media 45. Need to enhance your brand? Sky Media 45 combines excellent photography with post-production to create a stunning video and image content. Showcase your community event or business with our expert aerial solutions. We're ready to fly for you. Visit us at Sky Media 45. And also the Depot Jordan Valley Teen Center. Did you know? The Depot Jordan Valley Teen Center in East Jordan will serve over 5,000 healthy meals this year to local teens. To learn more about what the Jordan Depot Valley Teen Center is doing for youth, visit them online at ejdepot.com. Isn't that amazing, Christian? 5,000 healthy meals each year.
Providing for who needs it, and can never get enough nutrition. That's what we need more of everywhere.
And this game is going to kind of be the battle of attrition, not necessarily nutrition. Seeing if this defense can make a stop, which in the second half they only have had one shot at it, but we're unsuccessful. 2nd and 6 here. Jackson Bennett on the carry.
Big hit.
And it looked like he was going to get tackled at the line of scrimmage, but next thing you know, an extra 3 yards is going to make that a 4-yard gain to 2, making it 3rd and 2.
Yeah, the whiplash from that hit, able to fall forward, though. That's going to be it for the quarter.
Yeah, as Christian said, third quarter is coming to an end. We're going to take a quick break here. Jared Stamen, Christian Wicki, along with John Strail, camera guy. We'll be joined by Charles Strail here soon. After we take a quick break, you're watching Next Level Broadcast.
The Depot Jordan Valley Teen Center of East Jordan provides a safe place to be and a path to become for 6th through 12th grade teens with after-school programming 3 days a week with a hot, nutritious meal. On Thursdays after school, the Depot provides life skill classes like cooking, art, and career readiness. And new this year is Becoming You, a program for homeschool students that provides a structured environment, tutoring, and a healthy lunch. For more info on all of our programs, please visit ejdepot.org.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
And welcome back. Jared Stamen, Christian Wicki here bringing you East Jordan football. Fourth quarter underway. East Jordan is down 12 points here. Trying to make a defensive stop. Ryan Nomchev going to take it as a quarterback keeper, and it looks like he is going to get it. Marking that. Looks like the line judge is going to say that is a first down. Moving the chains again, Christian. They just cannot seem to get off the field.
You know, the thing is, too, is this defense – early in the game, they showed resiliency. They showed some life, and it's this constant pressure of being on the ground, and it's just not constant pressure of being driven back and pushed back at 4th and long or 4th and short, and then they convert, and then it's just the long wear down, I think, is what we've seen. And maybe that first drive coming out the half was them saying, well, we can come out, we can be ecstatic, we can be energetic, and they came out with too much angst.
We see double motion there.
Going to be a run to the left.
And it is a quarterback run to the left. And as you said, you're starting to be able to pick up on these keys. And East Jordan, even though they probably know what's coming, doesn't look like they can stop it, Christian.
It's good execution from the tight ends when they get downhill. They're able to seal that edge, and they're peeling off these 8-yard runs, seemingly behind this 2 tight end formation, and then this is a great formation for Mancelona that's just working.
Yeah, Bidwell Makama has just been one of those kind of unsung heroes, not the flashy playmaker running the ball, but just getting those motion blocks from the kind of tight end, wide receiver-y spot, more of the tight end spot. Just been proven to be really hard for this East Jordan team to stop, even when they know it's coming, and you're going to see them motion again. 2nd and 2. And some laundry on the field, and it's going to be a false start by the offense. That's a good break there for the Red Devils.
East Jordan needed that, and the crowd's loving it. They're eating up every bit of it. Bit of confusion there from the tight ends that we were just gassing up, and they couldn't figure it out and caused some confusion along the front lines there. Makes it 2nd and 7, and East Jordan expect a run still.
And this has pretty much become, Christian, a must-stop drive. If they don't get a stop here, it's going to be a 3-possession game, as Jackson Bennett is going to keep it and maybe get about a yard or two. Garrison Henry, Griffin Boyer there to snuff them out.
Makes it 3rd and medium. And if you can get a third down stop here with no gain, maybe you can make a fourth down, but I'm still expecting the run here too because we know Mancelona is going to play not just for third down, but they'll play for fourth down too.
Absolutely. You got to expect a run here. You almost got to say, are you going to sell out for the run? Because if they're going to score, you want them to score soon. And it's going to be a handoff to Bennett. He kind of slips up there.
Yeah.
Big.
He was going for a cut back to the right and just not enough grip there on the cleats to the grass. And unfortunately, fortunately for the Red Devils, they were able to catch him behind the line of scrimmage for a good maybe no gain. 4th and 5. And
now, biggest play of the game, Christian.
Right now, if the Red Devils force a stop here, they have plenty of time.
Plenty of time and 3 timeouts. So, biggest play of the game, crowd, as you can probably hear, is getting into it. As we're going to see Ryan Nomchev trying to throw the ball and lost in the backfield is Jackson Bennett, completely uncovered, and he is going to run all the way in for 6 points. Touchdown, Mancelona.
Just heartbreaking. Oh, just to find the open running back, and all you need is a first down, and they just over pursued, and the next thing you know, they're scoring 6. And this game right now, the scoreboard says 8-26. This was a lot closer than 8-26.
It sure felt like that, but one of the things I got to say is the defense for East Jordan has just really not been able to get off the field. That's been the story of the game. It's just they're just wearing these guys down, and then they go on offense, and they're tired because they've been trying to block a run for like 15, 16 plays. 2-point conversion here. Jackson Bennett is going to bounce off a defender into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 2 for 4 are the Ironmen. And we've got ourselves potentially, we do have ourselves a game where East Jordan needs to climb out of a 3-possession hole.
Well, you're going to see them either start throwing it or they're going to start, surrendering. But we're going to see down 3 touchdowns here with 8.5. I mean, you still got time to put some points up and get to moving. Especially playing for next week, because next week they have Harbor Springs.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but real quick, I want to give another shout out to Edge Attractions. Make the most of your time in the great outdoors this fall with Power Feed from Edge Attractions. That's Edge Attractions, located right in Ironton. Or check them out on Facebook at Edge Attractions. Give yourself an edge this fall. The Harbor Springs game, as you mentioned, is going to be another one of those division opponents that you'd like, if you're East Jordan, to play against. But we still do have time for a comeback. Turnovers do exist. And, special teams miracles, a kick return touchdown here definitely would bode in their favor as Makama boots it out to Wyatt Penny. And he's trying to make some magic here, bouncing off one, getting to about the 40-yard line.
He came out with a head of steam.
I think that these players are starting to really know that it is now or never. They want to see a W in this week 6 game. Wow, it's already week 6, Christian. Isn't that crazy?
This is, you look at the way they just handled that kickoff there, and there's some energy still left on this offense. It just takes a quick hitter.
And that's one thing that these Red Devils can do. So, game is definitely not over yet. Let's see if Webb and crew can make some magic happen here. So we're going to see Webb again trying to evade defenders, keeping his eyes downfield. And then it's going to be out of bounds, caught by one of the Ironmen coaches.
Yeah, he just didn't have anyone looking. Or anyone open as though it looked. Only a 3-man rush. And that 3-man rush is still kind of giving him fits.
But the one bright spot is that it is incompletion. Only 10 seconds ran off the game clock there. Throwing it is definitely your friend here, especially with some of the weapons you've got, including Wynkoop, Wilson, and even Beal out the backfield. He's definitely one of those guys that can make explosive plays as Webb is going to look to Trace Wynkoop. He's going to make one man miss and then tackled there by Lucas Keller after picking up the first down.
Well, they gave him pretty soft coverage along the outside. They're playing cover 3, cover 4 defense, playing deep. And they had just a soft zone on the outside and makes for an easy pitch and catch and good enough for the first down. Clock's going to continue to move.
I think that's exactly what they kind of designed. They don't really care if they're going to dink and dump it because as long as this clock is ticking, the Ironmen are pretty happy. Spread look for the East Jordan Red Devils. Webb looking to throw, keeping his eyes downfield. He's going to be, he's keeping those feet up. Running out of bounds there. And stopping the clock again.
Well, if he had just kept his eyes up for just a second, he had Wyatt Penny flash right open across the middle as soon as he had gotten to the line of scrimmage. But he still was able to get a good couple of yards, make some positive out of it. And, hey, he also got out of bounds and got the first down. So who am I to credit? However, still good play either way.
You know, as long as you're getting positive yards and that clock stopping, not going to be too much complaints there from the head coach. Brady Wilson, the motion man. Webb looking his way.
Penny over the middle.
Stepping up in the pocket, and he's going to see Penny, and he's going to hit Penny there. Tackled in about the 15-yard line. Out of bounds again.
Yeah, he had Penny right over the middle as soon as he cut across on that slant, and then he was able to scramble up and get the linebackers to move up before Webb delivering a nice little soft throw to Penny, good enough for the first down. And he gets out of bounds, which saves some time.
And now they're in the red zone. First red zone trip in this second half.
Within a minute.
For the Red Devils. And, yeah, quickly the offense finally starting to look alive here in the second half. And it's going to be Brady Wilson making a spin move there, but tackled there by Jackson Bennett and Jaden Lanning. Clock does continue to run here as he did not get out of bounds. Pick up 5.
Oh, we have a down Red Devil. Unable to see who that is.
I'm not too sure, but I think it actually was the receiver there, Brady Wilson, who is slow to get up. As they take a look, yeah, I believe that is Brady Wilson there. We're going to take a quick little break here. We'll be right back. Next Level Broadcast.
Man, I want to be got rolled up on.
When it comes to designing your perfect home, everyone deserves a safe, functional, and beautiful home, and the inner structure is your source for residential interior design. You can see for yourself at their 319 South Lake Street location here in East Jordan to see why their space planning, kitchen, bath, furnishings, and floor coverings need to go in your next home renovation. Once again, that's Inner Structure, your go-to interior home design located right here in East Jordan.
That was a good rainbow. Clock's winding.
And the downed East Jordan Red Devil was Brady Wilson. He was able to walk off on his own accord. Clock still running. Webb looking downfield. And it's going to be short, intended for Wyatt Penny there. Tough pass across his body.
That was a very tough pass, but credit to him because he gives his guy a shot to catch that ball. And at the high school level, I mean, to have a shot is even one thing.
Yeah, one thing I've mentioned a lot of times is William Webb, this is his first year playing the quarterback position on the varsity level, and he's shown a lot of maturity, a lot of really great quarterback tendencies, keeping his eyes downfield, not looking to scramble all the time, knowing that he's got the athleticism to do so. But the incomplete pass does make it 6:47 left on the game clock, 3rd and 5.
Nice snap.
That is fielded, though, by Webb, and he's breaking 2 tackles, breaking 3 tackles,
oh
and it looks like he's going for the end zone, and he stumbles into the end zone there. Touchdown, East Jordan. Big touchdown there, Christian.
That was all Webb. Wow. Just to I don't, how many guys was that? 3, 4, 5 that he just shook and juked and shook off, and man, determined running there, able to get the touchdown. And You know, if there it was anything that says that they still have fight, I hope it was that play.
Yeah, and you kind of mentioned it. The sideline, even though after that last Mancelona touchdown, they still had energy. Guys were still jumping up and down. Morale, Adam Grabowski is doing a good job keeping his young men focused on the game and not letting what seems to be a big hole, demotivate them. As they're going to go for 2 here to make this a 12-point game. Webb looking to pass.
Got a man. Yeah.
Wide open in the end zone there. Trace Winecoop. Successful 2-point conversion. That's going to be a 12-point game with 6:38 left.
It's not over yet.
No, and one of the things we have not mentioned yet this year, or this broadcast, is East Jordan, because they have that 3 kind of kicker setup, they have a lot of success with onside kicks. Earlier this year, I believe it was week 1 against Manistee, they had at least 1 successful onside kick. Last year, they had a few onside kicks that were successful. So this is definitely something that this team has practiced. They are comfortable in these sort of situations, looking to see if they can get one of them right here to give their offense another crack at it.
Well, if you're going to have the situation where you can use that weapon that you have, which is this interesting kicker scenario, then now is the time. What better squad would you like to roll up with this type of situation on the line here?
We're going to see Dion and Griffin Boyer are the 2 kickers for this team. Trying to see if they can get that onside magic. Whistle blows, and Griffin Boyer is going to kick the onside. And it is not going to go 10 yards, which means I believe that is an illegal procedure. Not sure really exactly where they mark the ball. I think they just mark it where it lies. So Mancelona is going to start on the East Jordan 48-yard line. Hoping to get that one, but, defense, you still got 3 timeouts. And, defense hasn't made a play yet, but you've got the playmakers to do so. And there's been no turnovers in this game.
Well, the Red Devils looking to make a play here in defense, and they've shown flashes. There was a fumble that they had forced earlier that the Ironmen recovered, looking to see if maybe they can spark some of that magic again.
Jackson Bennett, the carrier, and that is just another gashing 8 yards there. This offensive line for Mancelona has just been dominant pretty much this whole second half, Christian.
Crowd's still not out of it, though.
No.
Saw some players shooting some water bottles out in a windmill.
Trying to keep the energy, keep these guys motivated, because, a lot of teams could feel after being down 3 possessions in the fourth that this game's over, but there's still 6 minutes, under 6 minutes now to play, and a turnover could be monumental here. Bennett going to get the ball again. And it looks like they might mark him short of the first down, leading to a 3rd and 1 yard situation.
You need a good front line push and action from your linebackers here to really get this play off or in the backfield before it gets bad. But that same philosophy is what got the touchdown in the last drive.
Yeah.
So find a happy medium.
If you're going to bring the house, make sure everyone's got a matchup. And we're going to see them just hand it off right again. And that push from Mancelona just proving to be just really, really hard to stop. I mean, there was a good little bubble there. The second that ball got snapped, I mean, the offensive linemen were past the yard to gain pretty much instantaneously.
Now for East Jordan, this clock is going to really bleed now. Another fresh set of 4 downs, and
hoping to get a turnover. Like you said, they did force the fumble. I think it was Mancelona's opening drive. This is the time to have that happen again. Hopefully it does go into your favor. And then eventually, the timeouts might have to be called. Quarterback keeper here, Ryan Chafe. Another 6 yards there on first down.
This clock just continues to bleed out, but a timeout taken.
East Jordan knows that the clock is pretty much their number one enemy here if they want to win this game.
And that's why they took this timeout here, to conserve it and maybe see if they can start making some plays on defense. They need a turnover in the biggest way.
And as they take a quick timeout, give another word about Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport. Hey, Northern Michigan, it's time to get away to your dream destination. And your local Northern Michigan connection, TVC, is here to help. So when you look to fly, take to the sky with TVC. Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport is your gateway to the world. So visit tvcairport.com for up-to-the-minute flight schedules and to book your next getaway. I will say, with the weather right now, I don't think anyone wants to be getting away here. We had another beautiful day here in Northern Michigan, upper 70s in October.
Can't ask for better weather than this right now to start October.
Sure can't.
And the drive up here was beautiful, Jared, as the leaves have started to turn colors. And, East Jordan manages to pull this off. Be an all right day.
Sure would here, and we're going to see the quarterback fake it to Jackson Bennett, and he's going to keep it himself, and he gets down to about the 10-yard line, gashing run there, and that's really going to, not necessarily yet, but getting close to sinking that nail into the Red Devil coffin.
Well, Red Devils defense watching this clock kind of hit 4 minutes. And this run game, they're going to take this next week against Harbor Springs, and they're going to maybe see if they can stiffen up this run defense. And
yeah, Mancelona has seen something that they liked, and that is the run game. And that is going to be Jackson Bennett again on the carry there, getting a few yards. Looks like he's going to be marked down at about the 5-yard line. And there was multiple Red Devils that got the edge penetration, but Bennett's is so quick that it doesn't really matter if they get back there. It's almost actually worse for them because it's two more defenders that are essentially out of the play.
yeah, and by that time you're already past them and springing into the second wave, which is the linebacker safeties.
Ryan Nomchev getting the play from his head coach, Dan Deere. And he's coached quite the game so far. Got to give a lot of credit to Mancelona coming to a tough environment, which is Boswell Stadium. We're going to see another quarterback keeper on the read option.
That's going to be good.
And that is going to be good for a touchdown. Mancelona punching it in once again.
That pressure along the left side just isn't moving the offensive line, and in walks the quarterback again for another quarterback zone touchdown. 34-16, and we're going to see the two-point conversion team come out here again, and that's going to be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, unless there's
barring miracles.
Right, barring a touchdown and two onside kicks that also go to touchdowns. East Jordan's got quite the uphill battle left. This two-point conversion would make it a 20-point game. And they're going to keep it quarterback again, Ryan Nomchev, and he extends the arm for the two-point conversion. 36-16.
Well, so Harbor Springs played Mancelona. Yeah, they played Mancelona already. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. Harbor Springs played Mancelona earlier this year, and they lost to Mancelona 42-6.
All right, so Harbor Springs typically not one of the stronger football programs up here, but it is a football game nonetheless, and you cannot count out any of your opponents no matter what their record is. I think that East Jordan, after Mancelona lost a close game to Elk Rapids, East Jordan, knowing Elk Rapids isn't always the strongest team, they probably felt pretty confident coming into this game. But as you see, they put up 36 points right now, and Mancelona has really, especially in the second half, just looked dominant from the start to the end.
And yeah, I ever since the second half, first drive, really, right when the Red Devils got set back at 2nd and 30.
Yeah.
And it never got better after that. I mean, they had the drive where they passed up and down the field. It took only a minute and 20 seconds, but, you know, you need more of that throughout the game and more of that efficiency.
Yeah, and, you know, as we kind of said, I think there's not any give up in this team. I think you're going to still see them try to play this game as if it is a one-possession game and they need this touchdown, trying to get out of bounds, use the clock, use the out of bounds as, you know, those timeouts. 2:53 on the game clock. Beal going out, and so Webb keeping his eyes downfield, but that is Makama meeting him there at the line of scrimmage, telling him, you're not going to get a throw off there, buddy.
Yeah, he was looking for his cutback man. That was number 2.
Trace Winecoop.
Winecoop was coming back across to the middle, and by that time, the defense had already converged on Webb.
Yeah, looks like they went for a little bit of a 4 verticals concept on the last play, trying to get Max Beal across the center of the field on a seam. Ironmen all over it. 2nd and 10. Webb back to pass. Screen pass here, but looks like he was tackled a little bit early there by Lucas Keller, and they will throw the flag. Time does stop because of the penalty, and it will be a new set of downs, I believe, for the Red Devils.
That'll be 15 and a fresh set.
You'll take all those little bonuses. Actually, looks like the refs are gonna do some discussion. The Mancelona head coach Dan Durer is not happy with the call, but from our point of view, we were right there, and he definitely got there a little bit early. Flag definitely was deserved.
Yeah, that's free 15 yards and tackled the receiver before the ball even got there. That's an easy call, especially in front of the ref who was right there. Refs have kept the whistle clean for most of Mancelona, but East Jordan has faced some penalty trouble. However, they got lucky there. Almost intercepted.
Right through the hands of Bidwell Makama, and he had a lot of green grass in front of him.
He'd still be running.
Webb happy to have that one drop incomplete. And that is just kind of, Makama has just really been one of the names we've been calling all night. You know, the kicker, making great plays on defense, and on offensively, one of those tight ends that has just been getting big blocks up front, helping Jackson Bennett and Ryan Nomchev break free for a lot of yards.
Overall solid performance from Makama.
And they bring the blitz here, and he is taken down. Number 11, Junior Stotler, the sophomore, the one to finally bring Webb down, and that's going to be a big loss there of 10 yards, making it 3rd and 20.
Good pressure up the front here from Mancelona. I imagine they might bring that same 4 again.
Webb stepping up in the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield and finding Brady Wilson. Oh, it's actually going to be incomplete. Could not hang on through the contact. Would have been a tough catch there. Making it incomplete, making it a 4th and 20.
Wilson, I mean, it hits the hands, and he gets just sandwiched between 2 Mancelona defenders. Yeah, you're right. That is a tough catch, and oh, man, you're going to take the hit. Sometimes it's okay to hold on to the ball, too, but it's a tough one.
Now, Christian, for East Jordan, who you feeling is your player of the game?
If you were to pick a player from East Jordan, I think I do like William Webb. However, Webb scrambling, and he's going to get brought down.
Yeah, he tried to stay up there, but Heath Bradley was not going to let him go, and that is going to be a turnover on downs after another sack here I would say as well, William Webb, he has had a lot of trouble in the sense that his pocket has just been pretty dirty, you could say, the whole game. He's been running all over the place, making plays. That last touchdown he had was really impressive, breaking over 4 tackles, stumbling in to give his team a little bit of hope that they could come back here, as it looks like at this point in the game it's going to be going Ironman direction.
The Ironmen have taken control of this, but for William Webb, I mean, he was a solid factor on offense, and the quarterback able to make some throws and keep the plays alive and make some tough throws, kept his eyes down the field. You know, it's
hardest position in sports. At least one of the hardest.
It absolutely is, and you know, you look at, if you're to choose a section of the team that did well, the defense held up until midway through the third quarter, and then the floodgates opened.
Mancelona looking to just run this clock out as Jackson Bennett takes it again for another big yard, breaking some tackles, and he is finally brought down. Brady Wilson, another touchdown-saving tackle. I believe that's the second one of the night for him. Mancelona just keeping them pounding, as you know, the Panthers keep pounding.
Keep pounding, as they say.
Clock's continuing to wind down. And I just got to say, I've really been impressed by this Mancelona team. I can't lie. I was expecting to see East Jordan come out here and win by a touchdown, potentially 2 on the Next Level Broadcasting show. We did talk about that, as I believe that is Bennett running up there for about 7 yards. A little bit of a pile-up near the end. Maybe some words exchanged from the two teams.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this actual roster, though, a young roster for the Red Devils, and
a lot of juniors.
And I'm seeing some sophomores along that roster sheet, and you'd like to see the retention come back, and maybe they return, and you know, some longevity from some of these players who are going to be taking a big leap going into the next year.
Yeah, only good things to build off for the most part here, as I think that is going to be the last snap of the game. Both teams going to the respective benches, and Red Devils going to walk away here 36-16 home loss, falling down to 3-3. Mancelona Ironmen will go 4-2 after a tough loss at Elk Rapids. Jared Stamen, Christian Sinwicki here.
That was a hard-fought game here from both sides there, Jared. But just, if you're East Jordan, you know, you look at how well you did in the first half, and I mean, there was some good run defense to be played, and long drives. I know we keep harking on it. They were the killer over time. So
yeah.
With that said, I mean, you know, you look ahead to next week.
Right, and just to give you some updated scores from our other next level games, Charlevoix is up 41-8 at Elk Rapids. Under 3 minutes left to play. Gaylord St. Mary's playing Pelston. That final is 54-8. Well, thank you for watching Next Level Broadcasting. Bit of a game. We were hoping to see a closer game, but you don't always win them all.
No, and unfortunately here for East Jordan, I mean, you can't win them all, like you said, but you were able to get out of here healthy. That's the main thing.
Absolutely.
No major injuries. We saw Wilson get shaken up there in the far side of the field here, but just on those last few drives, we was still catching passes, still running good routes, and at that point, you can just hang your hat and say we made out of tonight healthy.
Yeah. And thank you again for watching. This is Next Level Broadcasting, Northern Michigan football. Jared Stamen, Christian Sinwicki.
We're
bringing
close.
you. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I've let it go for most of the day because I'm like, yeah, you know, we'll nail it eventually. Time will fix it.
Well, again, thank you for watching up here, and we'll see you guys next week.